Hello and welcome back to Focus Atlanta. Thanks so much for continuing to watch. We're going to close out the show, Keeping You Safe on the Internet. I'm here with Mark Kaczynski. We're going to talk a little bit about your cybersecurity.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. Now, I bet you get these kind of questions all the time because we're becoming more and more aware of how really serious our cybersecurity can be.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I guess I now put myself in the bucket of being old enough to remember like pre-internet, and when the first people were getting on the internet in the mid to late 90s, everyone was like, "Oh, you got to be on the internet. You got to be found." Now it's like, "No, please don't find me. I don't want you to know where I live or how to get a hold of me." So it's amazing how it's all evolved, and now all of our information is so accessible with just a simple Google search.
That's really scary when you think about it. I mean, and it's scary for me, period, but it's got to be scary for like parents. Like if you have kids, because they seem to be on the internet all the time. Like what should we be doing to kind of keep ourselves and our families safe?
Yeah, well, it is a scary thing, and it's scary for all of us because our society, right, is so polarized that it's sort of like if you're not with me, you're against me, and everyone's just like, I'm going to find you and find where you live. And you mentioned kids, like they're gaming with each other, and they're calling the SWAT team to come to their house to get after them. I mean, it's crazy what's going on out there. And so, to me, the biggest thing is you got to get off of Google. And that's the first thing, right? And that's also kind of the biggest challenge, which is like, I mean, Google's massive. Like, you can't just call them and be like, please remove my search results. So a lot of the search results that do appear on Google come from these rather sketchy websites that are called people search websites, and you might know them by the names like mylife.com or Spokeo or White Pages or Ben Verified or Instant Checkmate or Truthfinder, or in fact there's hundreds of these sites. And what's crazy is they're buying our personal information from large companies behind our backs without our knowledge, and then they're actually publishing this information so that Google can simply index the internet. And as Google indexes these websites, our search results then are mixed in with these sketchy websites. And so you Google my name and you get these links to My Life and Spokeo and these sites, and for a couple dollars you can sign up and buy all of my information. You get all my history, all the places I've lived, my relatives, neighbors, everything.
Wow.
And it's scary because, again, in our polarized society, right? Like now anyone who disagrees with me can go try to find me.
Yeah.
And it could be work related or religious or political or you name it. It's just someone doesn't like, the shirt I wore today, it's like, we don't like gray shirts, we're coming after you.
Oh.
And that's what's scary out there, is it's so accessible, and it all starts with a simple Google search.
And I guess the other scary thing is we don't really know how to stop it. Like, is there a way, like, how do we protect ourselves and our families? Like, what do we do to kind of stay out of the fray?
Yeah, well, the first thing is I always start with awareness. Is like you have to Google yourself, and if you are going to do that, what I always recommend is you do it in what's called incognito mode. So don't just, if you open up like a Chrome browser, make sure you set it to incognito mode, because then it won't factor in your own login and your own personal search results. It'll be more of a generic internet search, and you'll actually be able to see the real difference between like with you logged in and with you not logged in, and you'll be able to see everything that someone else would see about you. That's the first thing, is just awareness. Then you'll see these rather sketchy sites and showing up on the first few pages, that's the stuff that has to get removed first. That's what our company OneRep does, is because there's so many sites, it's just not even physically possible. Like, how is someone going to spend all day every day going through 200 websites to try to remove themselves? So our company does offer an automated service to do that. What we say, we scan, remove, and then monitor your information. So the problem is we can get it off once, but then these sites are so bad, they'll get a data update from one of their suppliers and your information's right back in. And so you got to keep re-removing it. And it's just, a massive headache that no one's going to do.
You're right. You're right.
And then the other piece to this that I would say is, so the first part is that awareness. The next piece is like, remove your information and monitor it. And then the thing is, on a go forward basis, we actually then start recommending create like your own, I use the word synthetic or fake identity, so that when you're going to websites, whether you're trying to read some news or go to a blog or watch a movie trailer, whatever you're doing online, don't do it with all of your true real information. Create a fake email address, create a fake phone number, create a fake persona with a fake birthday and everything, and then use that information as you're navigating the web, so that you're not giving out your real name, your real address, and so on, because that's the stuff that's being bought and sold behind your back, and so on.
Well, then you got to close out with a website. You got to give us some more information so that we can, know what you know and keep ourselves and our family safe.
Well, we're biased, so we're a piece of the solution. So please come to onerep.com, ONEREP.com. You can actually on our website do a free scan if you just come to our homepage, and we'll show you everything that we've found with your personal information on the internet. And then obviously you can remove it yourself. It's somewhat tedious, or you can use our service that does all that automatically for you and does the monitoring. So, but ultimately we just want people to stay safe on the internet. That's the number one thing, and just be aware of what you're doing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for making time for us today. It was good to meet you.
Yeah. Nice to meet you too. Thanks so much for your time and having me.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we can do this together. Well, with the help of Mark and OneRep, we can do this. So take the opportunity to go to the website, learn a little bit more, learn how to protect you and your family. Thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode of Focus Atlanta. I hope to see you next Sunday here on WUPA.